Hey, what's up, YouTube, and welcome back to the podcast, episode 3. Today, I'm once again joined by two very special guests. I've got Sammyboiii and Splitscreen. How's it going, guys?
Hello.
Welcome back.
Good to be back, man.
I'm assuming you enjoyed the last one. You've come
Yeah.
back again, so I can't scare you off too much last time. So great to have you again. I think we've got a decent amount to talk about today, to be honest with you.
So much.
We did have a little bit of preamble, obviously, just before we started recording, but we've held off on most of it, and we'll dive into the nitty gritty in a second. But before we get into any major topics, I just wanted to say, I guess you can choose between yourselves. You guys first. How is Star Wars feeling for you guys at the moment, in general, like the state of Star Wars, so to speak?
Interesting question.
Being like brutally honest, I'm like, I mean, for me personally, I'm always up here, but there's certain parts, like earlier this week, where I was a little bit like skeptical for the Mandalorian and Grogu with their marketing stuff, because I mean,
Yeah, I feel you.
It's been an interesting sort of couple of months of like, where is the trailer? But then obviously like Maul Shadow Lord, Galactic Racer, like two things that I'm insanely hyped for. And then we've had like the last 24 hours has taken me from there to like up here, in all fairness. So I am like incredibly excited for the next like 6 months. But then I think whatever comes after, that's where I'm a little bit more like because there just doesn't seem to be an awful lot.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, I'm sort of in the same boat. Like, I think at our level of being a Star Wars fan, like we're obviously always going to be excited for any new stuff. But it's like,
yeah, for sure.
I do think the last few years, I'm sure we'll get into this once we talk about Mando and Grogu, but like about 5 years ago, it felt like, oh man, we're entering like peak Star Wars era. And I will be honest, it doesn't feel like it lived up to what I thought this era was going to be.
Yeah.
So I'm slightly like down. I think there's been a lot of shows, like, I mean, Andor was phenomenal, but other than that, I think like Skeleton Crew was fine. It wasn't amazing, I don't think. Acolyte, I enjoyed. It wasn't that great either. There's been a lot of shows that are kind of mid, and it just feels like Star Wars has become a little bit mid in some senses. But then when we look at the gaming side of it, like, I'm so excited for that side of it. So Mark just doesn't jump scare.
I don't want to zoom in that much.
But yeah, I think like for me, it's more. It's. I'm not super hype about a lot of stuff at the moment, but that's for me compared to the average human. I'm going to the midnight release of Mando still. Like it doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
But like. Yeah, I definitely think there's been maybe a couple of years of it just being kind of mid in terms of the TV side of it, and there obviously hasn't been movies, so I think feels like it's in a bit of a flat period overall. But yeah,
I think we had some really big peaks, didn't we, in the past several years? Like Mando season 2 was ridiculous. I don't know about you guys, but Ahsoka for me was really, really good as well. I genuinely really enjoyed Ahsoka. And Kenobi for me, I think for the most part, I actually disagreed with most of the Kenobi hate. I've gone back and watched that a bunch of times. I actually really enjoy the show, and I'm actually still hoping we do get season 2, because just give me Ewan McGregor all the time. He's just phenomenal. The guy, he just exudes Star Wars for me. So any more of that, I'll be more than happy with. I mean, for me as well, right now, I think I echo what you guys are saying. It's like the next, especially what you just said, Split, the next 6 months feels pretty packed, knowing we've got games on the horizon, TV show, movie, potentially a second TV show at the end of the year in Ahsoka. I think it was originally confirmed for the end of this year. I'm not sure if that's still on course or not, but it seems to be on my way. I've been playing a lot of, I know you guys don't play it, but I've been playing a lot of Star Wars Unlimited recently. I took a bit of a step away from it in the last 2 sets, just because the sort of, I won't get into it, but the mechanics of the game, they released some stuff that was a bit meh, and it was a bit boring. And then the next set that comes out in March, they're like doing what's called rotation. So basically all the original sets will be illegal. You can't use them in like tournaments and stuff anymore. And then it's the later 6 sets are the cards you've got to use. So it's going to completely shake the game up, change the meta completely. Old decks like Sabine that I used to play, just cannot use her anymore. I actually found my new deck in Hera, so still staying with a Spectre, which is a lot of fun. And for me, that's kind of got me quite gassed up because I'm always looking out for like, oh, when am I going to see this character appear in the game? Like, obviously, the Hunters for me is one. I'm just like praying they just show up at some point because they've taken some pretty deep dives. They've just given us our first Acolyte cards as well, actually. Just got Stranger.
Interesting.
I was actually a bit surprised by so quickly. But we have Chimera, and he's the art looks on it. It looks fantastic, and he's a pretty good card as well. So yeah, it's looking pretty good in the next few months, and I think it really just is, as you say, it's the unknowns. It's where we go, and I think Mando and Grogu, unfortunately for it, is shouldering a lot of that weight right now as kind of the centerpiece of the future of Star Wars. It's our first. How many years has it been since we've had a Star Wars movie in the cinema?
27, I think.
Oh well, in the summer, years. It would have been Solo.
Yeah.
But, so that was
2018, I think was that.
2018, yeah.
It's been a while, so yeah, I reckon for the casual fan, it's probably going to be fine. It's going to be the diehards, isn't it? And then the vocal minority, which I think we're part of on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, and how the reaction is there. Because I don't mean casual derogatory, but I think casuals will probably be pretty keen on it and kind of see where it goes from there. But it feels like there's been a lot going on. Do you guys agree with that? In the last sort of few weeks and months, it feels like there's constantly a buzz.
Yeah, it feels like there was a quiet period for a while, and then we got that card game announced. We had the Game Awards with the 2 games shown. We had like the Maul trailer. We've now had a bit more stuff from Mando and stuff. We got the Galactic Racer trailer yesterday. Like, it does feel like there's been a lot of stuff, which I feel generally there isn't. It feels like we're always just like, please give me something. But now it's actually like, that's why yesterday I was like shocked when that trailer dropped, because I'm like, oh, we're just like always getting stuff now, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So,
every couple of weeks there's something new.
Yeah,
it's really exciting. So
yeah,
we'll see.
And another one I wanted to quickly bring up, Mark, you were there recently, and that is Disney World. Sammy, I don't know when your last trip out there was. Was it when you went to LA for Survivor? Last time to Galaxy's Edge?
No, I went in Japan, but that doesn't have like Galaxy's Edge. So the last time there was LA, which was like fucking 3 years ago now. I'm desperate to get back.
It's LA specifically that I'm gonna mention. I don't know if you've seen, but they're changing the theming of it.
Yeah, I did see that. Is it original trilogy now?
Yes. Yeah. So what they're doing
has made me so keen, because like Celebration next year, like we have to go for sure.
100%, dude. 100%. So just if you don't know details, I'll just reel it off for viewers as well. So essentially, the area around Rise of the Resistance, the ride on the, I guess depending on where you walk in, the left side of the area is going to remain sequels. They're not changing that. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so the whole Rise of the Resistance area will remain in the sequel era.
Yeah,
so Rey will be
you'd have to remake the whole ride, wouldn't you?
The whole ride, precisely. And then as you transition from there into the marketplace, and then where the Falcon is, and you go into like Doc Ondars, that's the area that's being rethemed into the original trilogy. So we're going to see the likes of Vader, Leia, and I believe Leia's wearing her adventure outfit from Battlefront 2.
That's correct. Yep.
That's what they've gone with, as opposed to a classic. But I think that's cool, right?
Yeah,
that's really such cool. a niche. Like that's the only time she's ever worn that outfit. That's so sick. I think it was in some comics.
It was in some comics. Yeah. That's where it was first. Yeah. It's going to be really interesting though, because like the TIE Echelon is an Imperial era starship.
I don't. Is that a retcon
in the sequels? I don't know, but I mean, even if it is, like the design, as per the press release, like the design of the TIE Echelon is using Imperial standards rather than First Order standards anyway. So it kind of like it just makes sense as to like
didn't they say it was designed late in the Imperial era? Anyway, was the idea behind it?
Possibly, quite possibly.
I could be talking crap, but I think I read it as in the release. You say that it was designed near the end of the Empire anyway, so it kind of bridges that gap a little bit. But man, it makes me. I'm going back to Disney World in May myself, so if I check out Galaxy's Edge then, of course. But unfortunately, won't see the new theming, which is a bit of a bummer. So for me, it's going to be when we hit up Celebration in
when
27.
the boys go next year.
Fuck.
We have to do that as a group, right?
We 100%. I will be like, I don't care if you don't come. I'm going again. There's no way because the missus hasn't been. So like, she, I really want to take her because she's been to. I think she's been to every Disneyland, but she hasn't been since Galaxy's Edge was there. Oh. So like, I was like, we are going. I'm taking you there for the whole day. We're doing literally everything that there is to do. So we definitely got to go as a group.
I think it shows that Disney are two things: A, listening to feedback, because that's been feedback for a long time. Is people have always wished at least one of the parks was a different era, and two, that they're not stuck in their ways and they are open to the change. And I personally think that's a pretty nice thing to see. So I'm pretty buzzed, man. Get me to Anaheim in 27. I'm going to be all over that.
One thing I'm actually really excited for is, so the shop that is currently like first order cargo is being replaced by a shop that's like set up by 2 clone troopers.
Yeah.
So these clone troopers, like obviously clone troopers in the Clone Wars, one of them defected to the rebellion and the other one stayed loyal with the Empire. So they were like fought on opposite sides, both retired from the rebellion and the Empire, and then like joined back up together to like create this shop on Batu, which is just like, I just think that's so cool, like that little bit of lore.
I love that they put that thought into it rather than just like, this is a shop with Star Wars stuff in it. Like,
exactly.
It's like full immersion. That was what I found when I was there. I'm like, I'm in Star Wars. Like, I'm literally on a planet right now in Star Wars. Like, it's crazy. So good.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people talk smack about Galaxy's Edge, especially when it opened. It caught a lot of flack, didn't it, for being sequels and yada yada yada. But as you say, Sammy, I think everything there feels like it has a purpose, and like as you say, you feel like you're there. It all feels like you're on a real planet. Everything's got an actual story element to it, and I was genuinely pretty sucked in. And
I love
big fanboy. I got to admit, it's one of my favorite places to go.
Yeah,
I think it made sense being sequels too. Like that, people complained that it was like the sequels were coming out, or what are they going to go do a prequel thing when like it just doesn't make sense. And now I do like that they've kind of. It's probably been around like 10 years or so. Now they're like, all right, we've done that now, and it's time to move on.
7 years, I think.
7.
I think it's
2019, right? January 2019 in LA and summer in.
Oh, was it 2019? Damn.
Yeah, it was.
I thought it was more like 2016 for some reason, but yeah, still.
No, because it came out because it was like a post 8 pre-9 like story.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, when you actually think of the time setting, interesting.
It is,
but I think it's good that they've like it's had its sequel time, and now I feel like it's time to change it up. And to me, it feels like that for like all of Star Wars. To be honest, I enjoy the sequels, but I think it's had its time of being like kind of the focus.
Yeah, I think bringing cycle it back, man, into something else. It's like, and then they'll get their time to shine again in the future. Like, let's just keep it going. There's so much lore and so much content there to make. So give me all Star Wars. And then one more thing on the parks before we go is, did you both ride Smuggler's Run?
Yeah,
the Falcon ride,
the best one.
Yeah, I agree.
Really? See, I thought Rise of the Resistance was so much better. Like, I did like Smuggler's Run. I was piloting too, so it was like.
I think
I haven't piloted
yet. Ride.
Oh, really?
It's the better ride because it's so much more impressive and it's bigger in scope. But I think I enjoyed Smuggler's Run more. It's probably the way I would describe it.
I think I know what you mean. That it's more like, oh my god, I'm in the Falcon. Like,
I was in the Falcon, bro. Yeah.
I get what you mean. It was probably more special. I would agree with that. It was more of a special, like, I got to do that. That was sick. Whereas Rise of the Resistance is more, if that exact ride was like some other franchise, it would still be cool. Whereas I don't know if that would be the case for So I do agree with that.
Yeah. I mean, with Smuggler's Run, sorry, like I was the engineer for the first one, and I was just like, come on, it's probably the worst one. But I was just like, that was incredible. Like getting straight back on it, like that was amazing. I've been the gunner.
That's where I was going with this. Is that it's being rethemed for Mandalorian and Grogu?
Yeah, it is.
And it's essentially the events of that ride will take place concurrent to the events of the movie. So I think the way that was described was that what you're doing on Smuggler's Run is happening off screen in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie.
Oh, because I was going to say, I was like, how are they going to tie the Falcon into that? But that's cool.
There was when they did some of the press releases for it, there was a shot of Bespin, and you could see the Razor Crest and the Falcon in the same shot flying towards Cloud Sea. So it might. Cool. honestly, I'm kind of going with it. Could be that it's just flat out in the film, and they're being so coy on the marketing because it's just like, do you know what? Let's just make everyone have super low expectations. You go to cinema and then you see. Imagine if they went mental and just put the OT trilogy in it.
I do feel as though the lead up to the movie, I guess we'll get into this more when we actually talk about it, but I feel like they haven't like shown much for a reason, because I feel like there's no way this movie is going to come out and it's the first one in ages and it's just like mid as fuck. Like surely it's going to be there's going to be something big in there, like surely. But yeah.
Anyway, should we get into one of our first main topics of the day? And I know you're both pretty buzzing for this one. So, as I'm sure most people watching this will know, but let's go for it one more time. Yesterday, during the PlayStation State of Play, we got our first look at the Star Wars Galactic Racer gameplay. And my God, it looks unreal. And I think that is the consensus online, that everybody thinks this looks great. You guys already know, I was watching it live and had kind of just tuned out of the PlayStation State of Play at the time. I was essentially doing some work on my main monitor whilst it was on a second monitor. It wasn't until about a minute in, I kind of just heard a rumbling and I looked to my right and then there it was, and I was just in complete shock. I was absolutely floored. Messaged you guys both. I hadn't even finished watching it before I messaged you. Yeah, actually, so when I messaged you, I was like, "Oh my God!" It was like
1 second, like
literally. So Galactic Racer, hugely positive response when it was unveiled. This has received another massive positive response. Sammy, I'll give you the opportunity to sound off first. How you feeling, man? What are you thinking?
It's very rare that a trailer blows me away. Usually, even a really good trailer, it's hard to like exceed expectations, because usually I'll go into a trailer like, oh my God, we're getting a trailer. This is cool. I was blown away. I literally finished it and was like, I recorded my reaction and then I actually edited it out of the reaction, but then I messaged you back straight away and was like, oh my God, that looks insane. And then I just sat there for like a couple minutes before I continued, because I like went back and watched it in the video, but I just sat there and was like, holy shit, that looks actually fucking insane. And I didn't go into that trailer thinking like, oh, this game's not going to be that good. I've been excited for it, but for some reason it was like literally twice as good as I expected it to be. Like in terms of the graphics and just the way, like the weight of the vehicles, it looks like they handle very like realistically, and it just looks so fun. And like all of like every planet that we saw they look phenomenal. Like literally every part of that trailer, I got more and more blown away. And then we had like the title card at the end and I was like, that was sick. And then the pod races, I was like, oh my God, this is the best trailer ever. It was that's probably genuinely one of the most impressive Star Wars trailers I've ever seen. Like I could not believe how good it looked. And I was already excited, but now it's like, I've told you guys about like my excitement for Zero Company. I think I'm actually more excited for this now, probably because it's closer, but like that just made me go, oh my God, this game looks absolutely insane.
I think I might be there as well in terms of excitement. Split, again, initial thoughts. I know you also said you had a pretty rushed reaction to get sat down and watch it. So go on, take it through it.
Yeah, I mean, just like hearing Sammy talk about it and like think about my thoughts, I'm just like, I almost feel like overwhelmed. I get like such a like sense of like internal just like buzz.
Yeah.
And like I got into work today and like sat down with a few of my colleagues and stuff. I was just like, I started talking to her. I was like, oh my God, like Galactic Racer got a trailer yesterday. I was so hyped. Like, have a look at this. And it was just like, oh, I mean, yeah, that was really cool. So my reaction for it, I had some cricket training last night. Got home at 2:45, had no idea the trailer was out. I'd take my phone, unplug it from the car, look at it, and I just see you two messaging saying like, oh, this looks amazing. I'm like, what are you on about? Like, what's happened? I'm just sat in the car. And then I scroll down a little bit more and I see a trailer release. I'm like, oh God, like sprint out of the car, like collect all my things and just like run to my front door, drop everything at the front door because I'm like, I've left my car keys in the car, run back to the car, get them out. Thankfully, it hadn't locked. So that could have been really awkward. Yeah, lock it, get in, just again drop everything. I'm actually like pulling things from the floor just outside in, and then just like get straight into it and start reacting to it. And it was just like, I've said it to you guys already. I said it in my reaction. Like the visual fidelity of the game just blew my mind. Honestly, like I knew the game would look good anyway based on the reveal trailer, but I didn't think it would look that good. Like seriously, like I mean, it's kind of what we should almost expect in this day and age of gaming. But like, it just sort of feels like it's taken up to another level. Like I know the racing's the main part, but the environments just like completely blew my mind, and I'm just so excited to get on them. Sammy, you made a really good point actually about like the weight of the vehicles and stuff. Like you can really see that, so I'm so keen to see how that handles as well.
There's a part of the trailer where something drifts. And you see the back end really come out.
Like the speed, it turns late, and
it just looks like the gameplay looked deep from just that little snippet. It didn't look like a real arcadey game. It looks like just looked like genuinely like Need for Speed, but like
but you know what though? Actually, like by watching the gameplay, you can tell that this game is made by like racing fans.
Yeah,
just without a doubt.
So positive is what we're saying, right? Everyone's pretty hyped.
In short,
yeah. I mean, should I whack it on the screen one more time and we can have a little one more?
Don't.
You have to.
Yeah, go on.
Oh look, it's like I had it ready. Right. Apologies. I'm not sure how the audio will come through for you guys. It might be a little bit lower quality than usual, but let's just give it a 1-0.
The moment for me that really like this all looks fine. I was like, oh, this looks cool. The first instance of the gameplay, I genuinely, you can see it in my face in the reaction. I'm like, oh shit, this is actually
I think I was like similar.
Like right
like
here,
seeing all this looks fine, but
this just looks like a normal game. And then when right there, I'm like, oh my god, this is elite. Yeah. Just everything, the particle effects, look at like the bloom coming off the boosters. It's like a little bit. It's just the lighting, everything. Everything looks so
the motion blur, the parts, just
the camera work is great as well. I think it's
because like this cutscene just looks like a game, and I'm like, that looks fine. But the gameplay, I'm like, fuck, it looks
impeding.
This dude makes me want to punch him in the head.
Oh, what a lad.
And then this was when I was like, oh shit, like we're not just getting kind of boring looking planets. This looks insane.
This is my favorite
jump off
planet,
the cliff.
This one.
Like
this bit right there, I was like, fuck, that looks crazy.
Do you know what that planet kind of reminds me of actually is like, Mario Kart Wii, like Donkey Kong, like the jungle one. The jungle Donkey Kong.
I think I
go like you go up to a volcano and you get spat out at the end, but like there's no lava in it. But also,
the goat.
The goat. Let's
talk about it. Ben Quadinaris.
Somehow Ben has returned.
In all seriousness, though, right? I know we love joking about it, but the fact that they've brought him back shows me that they know their target audience. They know what Star Wars fans want to see, and they get the humor, and they get they truly understand it. And in some ways, it's reminiscent of the dev team behind Hunters. Actually, I hate bringing Hunters up all the time, but they did some real deep dives, particularly in some of their skins and stuff. But gotta give these guys credit. I think that just shows they know what they're doing here.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's like at face value, it just seems like it's Ben, like that's cool, but it is actually important. I would, if they didn't include pod racing in this game, even if it was like the rest of that trailer looked phenomenal, that I still obviously excited, but I think, like you said, they need to like know their audience, and like we want pod racing, even though it might not even feel better than the rest of the racing. It might be just like the exact same,
a different class of vehicle.
Yeah, but I think it's just that like, if you're making a racing game, you got to put pod racing, and the fact that they've done it and it looks and sounds great in that little clip. They brought back Ben, like, it's just such a nice touch. I think
I want to see statistics of the usage on vehicle types when the game comes out. because it's going to be pod races for like 40
seconds.
Yeah, probably.
It's going to be.
Yeah.
No, but that's what I'm just like so excited though, because it's like we've got the different types of like racecraft, like skim speeders, land speeders, speeder bikes, pods and stuff, and like all of them are going to have like, you know, their own benefits and drawbacks. Like the land speeders will be heavier, like they probably won't turn as well. The speeder bikes will be a lot more nimble, but probably more susceptible to blowing up, I would have thought. And like it's stuff like that I'll be really interested to see. And like we know that there's like a whole parts system in the game as well, so is that going to be taken into multiplayer? If so, how do we acquire those parts, and like what are the benefits? Presumably there's drawbacks. Like there's going to be so many like intricate details for this that I'm just like so keen for.
Yeah, for sure. So obviously this is one of those screenshots that you sent to us, Sammy, and I didn't see this until you sent it, and I was like, oh my god, look how crisp that looks. Like just actually,
it is insane.
Zooming it, like you said, the fidelity of this is actually nuts.
The rust and the bits of dust on it, and the paint coming off and stuff. Like it's
some really good, like the texture detail on it's perfect.
Yeah, it looks amazing. And then we've also got this one as well. Again, just we got the Boon to Eve Classic arena here. It was just mate. I mentioned this in I made my top 5 planets I want to see. I said like you basically can't make this game without doing the Boon to Eve course and pod racing. They obviously know that you could, even if you didn't have the course, you certainly couldn't exclude pods. And for me, I'm really getting quite excited by the idea of like making my own pod, like racing into Bob's pod or Ben Quadranero's pod. Like great, but like as you say, if we get like we've got a part system, is sitting down for like the half an hour just tuning in my own pod. How many engines do I want? Like couplers and all that sort of stuff.
Can you imagine like a Starfield like level
like a modular system?
Oh my god!
Like that would be obviously that's different because those are so much bigger. But like that level of being able to not only choose how it plays and feels, but like the complete look of it and everything. Like,
dude,
he's so good.
Yeah, because some of the pods, I forget who it is. One of the pod races, it might just be from the episode 1 racer game, but their actual like cockpit is ahead of their engines, for example. Forget who it is, but so we could do some crazy wacky designs, and it's
and then rear wheel drive. That's basically what that is.
That's a great way.
Do you think
I mean, this is fun. But the thing is actually
the existing pod model, or do you think that's been sustained in gameplay?
It kind of looks like it might be like you, based on the destruction in the trailer, it looks as though like you will see your racer falling apart throughout the race.
So down here as well, look, he's got a plate peeling away. He does have
that on. It's interesting, actually. Hang on, let me look at the other image real quick, because what I'm really interested to see as well, actually, is how does all of this, like those damaged parts, how do they impact like the actual physics of
the craft
as well, even if it's just little bits. I don't know, but I can see there's like a little bit. But
quickly going back to I hate to just keep going on that because I know it's just a big thing, but Star Wars Unlimited, Sabob was actually he's one of the cards that's just been added to the game. So
nice.
He's a leader card, and then his pod racer is also a unit as well as same for Anakin. But it felt really well timed for me. I was like, yeah, dude, like give me all of this with Saboba.
Yeah,
well, and then we obviously
Saboba's like
victory last.
The Saboba comeback is on, man. Yeah, it's like we obviously had him in Beyond Victory as well. It's like, and I'm gonna be a bit tough now. I think if I'm being honest, Beyond Victory didn't meet my expectations. If I'm being completely open about it,
I'm the same.
I think I expected more racing, obviously.
Yeah, same.
But that game shone in the non-racing elements. Actually, I think the VR and the MR bits were really fun, but the racing element.
The MR like cutscene bits and like moving around was like that was the standout for me. And I mean, it's a shame with Beyond Victory because I was really excited for it. And like I really enjoy it. Like for what it is, it's like fun, but I definitely it did leave more to be desired.
It didn't have much depth for me. That was the main.
No,
it was just
it's like a 90
the story, and then I was like looking for extra stuff to do. I was like, I want to. They've gave me a review code. I want to like make content and I was like, what do I do? Like, I've done the playthrough. Like, what? I don't know. I think I did one video just trying to unlock, because you can get Sebulba's Racer, obviously. So that was all I did. The extra content was just do a couple of races or something. So
yeah, fair.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw, but they just Ireland just
I'm literally about to bring it up.
Oh, sweet. Because I just literally saw that like 10 minutes before we started.
Let me just bring that up now. So what are you about to say, Speed, if you didn't see it?
Speed?
Is Speed, Split.
Speed.
I've got a Speed on the mind from all the racing.
Okay, yes.
Is this. So this is some concept art from Beyond Victory. And that is obviously the Thai influence.
Oh, that's for the
racer.
End. Yeah.
Now, I doubt it happens, but I'd love to see this. I'd love to see this.
Those are TIE bomber engines.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I love that. That was one thing about the game I loved. That design is so cool. Like the fact that he has a new pod racer and stuff. Like,
oh mate, that's actually so sick. It's like TIE bomber engines, TIE interceptor like wings,
plates or whatever you want to call it.
And then
just like the TIE
with the roof off. That's sick.
God, such a fucking nerd, man. Jesus.
I'm sure this comment here means that this comment here saying I'd be really cool to see some of these designs carry over to Star Wars Racer. They obviously mean Galactic Racer, and I definitely echo that.
For sure.
And look, there he is, Ben Quad. You can't escape it.
Yeah.
So there's a couple bits of here that look
that's nice.
really,
I've seen
good.
That. Yeah.
Like here we go. Like what is?
I saw that. I was like, that's so.
That's crazy design.
Actually, look at it.
Yeah. And then again, the rear of the Taiwan, which looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Is that Volo's pod? Was that Volo's? That was Volo's, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then again, just like look, give me something like this, man.
Yeah. Like that's the thing with this game. Like pod races are such a unique. Like, I've never seen any designs like that in any other like racing or anything. It's such a random. Like when you actually look at even Anakin's pod, which I guess is pretty similar to Volo's there. Like, it's just a cockpit it's like no power in the cockpit. He's just sitting in the little. It's like a go-kart little thing,
front wheel drive,
with just two springs attached to the freaking engines on it. Like it's just a random design, but I love it.
Yeah.
And there's the workshop obviously as well.
Nar Shaddaa. That's one thing I did like about the game actually, is that it took us to Nar Shaddaa and we actually got a bit more of a look at it in like the canon. That was cool.
That was my favorite part of the game. Was that part at the very end when you are essentially about to get shot by Sebulba and you're then what's the bounty hunter's name? I forget her name.
Mohawk chick. Yeah, can't remember.
Comes in and the one who captures him.
She's not on Moo. Oh,
she's the same species as Wat Tambor.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I forget the species name.
I forget the name.
I should know.
But she comes in and gets him, and then that shot you can see like not all the buildings like in Nar Shaddaa around you like felt really. Skekkoan,
yeah.
Skekkoan.
That's the species name. Skako Minor is their homeworld.
There we go.
Skako Minor.
But yeah, genuinely that was a pretty cool part of that game. But so again, what I'm getting with that is I feel like this game feels perfectly timed off the back of that, which it didn't appease, I'm sure, most people's racing appetite. And let's be honest, it has a limited audience with not that many people game on VR headsets. So we would never have the scope that Galactic Racer is going to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was looking
so another thing which is a great positive about this game is actually the community that exists around it. So I think I would be correct in saying it's got a really positive and tightly knit community around it so far, particularly 100%. On the Fuse Games Discord server. I'm not gonna name anyone from Fuse just in case, but they'll know who they are if they see such. But the individuals over there that are helping build the community and some of the devs that are popping up in the chat and interacting with us and others. It's just awesome to see, man. You know,
it's so good.
They've shared messages in there saying, you know, they're really grateful for the reactions and stuff, and you know, keeping them going, and it's getting them amped up to keep making the game. They can't wait for us to see more. I can't help but be enthused and excited and captured by this. With seeing that, it just makes me want this game to succeed.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. When you see people working on the game, engaging with the community, and like really fostering that and nurturing that, you can't help but feel uplifted by it. And you get that sense of trust built as well. And that's what any game should do with any community, is like get people involved. It's going back to Hunters, didn't want to bring it up, but that's what they should have done. And that's what we were telling them to do for so long. And look what happened. But because we've got this early fostering of a community here with so much interaction with the team, it's like, well, yeah, like it's not, I'm not genuinely not surprised we're in the position we're in as a community.
Yeah, completely agree.
Because of what they're doing. So
I think especially for multiplayer games, like that is such a, it's like a requirement in my opinion, because for me, I don't care how good a game is, if the community, which partly is obviously like community driven by just the players, but also it does come down to the devs, and if they're interacting and creating places for people to become friends and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
If you don't have that, you're lacking such a huge part of multiplayer gaming, where the games that do have that, you're making friends. Those friends make you want to come back and keep playing. You get on and squad up each night and play. And like, even just the journey of going through a game, and you start knowing developers on Twitter, and they will tweet the patch notes, and then everyone's interacting with them and saying, oh, that's a great change. Like that part of multiplayer gaming is what keeps me hooked personally. If a game, I don't care how good the game is, if the devs aren't talking about it and interacting, it does make it feel like more of a product than an experience.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
and I think that's so important, especially with a game like this, where it just looks so fun. I just think, it's so important to have a little community, and it's the fact that it's already kind of thriving in the game. Like, we only just got gameplay yesterday for the first time. Like, that's a really good sign for sure.
Yeah, it's what worked well with Battlefront 2, isn't it? I mean, we had a number of devs just on social media all the time, just talking about it. So
I think that's why it's so important to me, because like that's where, like, on my own YouTube journey, where I've been like fully invested in like gaming. I've always been a gamer, but since I've started creating, that's like where I've been like, completely involved in it. And that's my first experience, was just a community that was like, you'd see Ben tweet, and then you'd see all people in the comments talking about and like sending like memes and like the whole CT when stuff like that sort of stuff is like what makes Battlefront so memorable. The game itself was a 8 out of 10. Wasn't the best game I've ever played, but it was just the whole journey that we went on as a player base. That's the part that I love, and I think anyone that can replicate that. For example, I'm not a huge racing guy, but this game looks fun as hell, and if they make it like really interesting in terms of the experience and the journey of it, I can see this going down in 10 years. I'm like, man, that was one of my favorite Star Wars games ever, because that's, I don't know, I just think that's an important part, especially for multiplayer games.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think this game has even more community potential as well, given the nature of like racing games, like lap times and just shitting on each other and having a laugh and just that sort of stuff annoys me. I think the going forward, that there can be a really, how do I describe this, like a solid community around. I think they're going to launch its own Galactic Racer server post launch, or near launch. We could get like, obviously you get these things in games as well, but community ones are always better. You could get like community leaderboards, clips, and with some of the destruction we're seeing and stuff, it can be crazy in this game to have some, really well-driven community stuff. So I think this game's got a lot of potential in that regard. And it's had, I've got to say, I think the reaction to it actually kind of escaped the Star Wars stratosphere more than I expected it to. And more people are paying attention to it than just the Star Wars bubble, which is, it's pretty exciting to see, man. And I can't say enough good things about this right now. And Sammy, you said about the journey. I think it's a weird thing, isn't it? When you're all anticipating something and you're kind of stuck in that like limbo of what's it really going to be like? Oh, I'm having so much fun with the excitement of it. Is the end product going to deliver? And right now it feels like it's going to. And I think, just in short, that trailer yesterday was, as you say, Sammy, it's one of the best trailers I think I've ever seen. It was stellar. Blown me, absolutely blew me away.
Yeah,
I think
it's very rare that happens to me where I'm like, to me, the last time I felt the feelings I felt yesterday was the Clone Wars announcement for Battlefront. That was the last trailer for any franchise I've seen where I ended it and I had chills and I'm sitting there like a kid, like, oh my fucking God, that is real, that we're actually going to get to play that. I haven't, probably since, what was that, 2018? That was the last time I felt like proper giddy. Like there's been, say, the Zero Company trailer was really cool. Me and Mark got to see that in person. That was really cool, but I didn't have the feelings for that I had for the Galactic Racer trailer, where I finished it and I'm like, holy fuck, that I can't believe that is a real game that's coming out.
Yeah. Jumping back a peg to what you were saying, Parallel, about the community, is like esports potential as well.
Yeah.
Like, so we know the game's going to have 12-player multiplayer mode. It's just like, I don't know. It could be that there's community-run tournaments where it's individual teams. You could have it where it's a bit Formula One style, where you've got 6 teams and 2 racers. So, and you could have awesome. You could have like a race engineer in your ear the whole time, just be like, these guys are at this point, they're closing on you. You need to like improve here, or you said, oh, that wasn't great, but this was. Like, just keep at it. Just stuff like that, man. It's like insane potential for it.
Yeah,
I just think Star Wars needs that at some point.
We briefly discussed it when the game was announced, but I think we definitely have to bang out some videos together where we race on it, as well as some streams as well, where we're just absolutely trying to just wreck each other left, right, and center. Because the wreckage element of this, I think, looks like it'll be a lot of fun.
I just think
you
that
can try,
side of the
but
game is going
to.
I'll be honest. You guys are going to probably demolish.
Yeah, I'm not a big racing guy, but
I love racing.
I'm locked in. Fun to lock in.
But it looks. That's what I mean about just looks fun. It looks like if we squatted up and did some videos on it, and like Mark might be so much better than us, but we team up on him and just crash into
hilarious.
him. Yeah, like that, exactly. Side of the game looks so much fun. It's not just a racing game where it's like who can get here quickest. It looks like there is so much more to it, and like especially even looking back at episode 1 Racer, a lot of the tracks, like they've got the alternate paths that you can choose which one, like figuring out which one's quickest and the little shortcuts and like just the potential for that kind of thing, I think is going to be crazy.
Yeah. I can only imagine there will be like environmental stuff and destruction to the map and maps changing halfway through. You know, it's the sort of stuff you see in like Mario Kart when you like do the first 2 laps, but lap 3 is completely different and yada. Man, it just I think
the potential.
We're in for a good one.
Yeah.
Speaking of another good one, Maul Shadow Lord. What are we saying? So you boys were both lucky enough to see that in Japan, which I can only imagine was unbelievable. And then the rest of us saw it in January. My initial reaction to it personally was super positive, very, very excited. Maul, I think, as to most people in our sort of age bracket, is pretty special to us, near and dear. Phantom Menace is one of my favorite Star Wars films, so anything I can see with Maul in it is positive. And it's really not that far away now. We are beginning to knock on the door. So let's talk a bit of theory crafting here. We don't have too many details about the plot right now and what it's really going to be about and what he's dealing with. We do know that he's obviously going to get some sort of young Twi'lek apprentice or accomplice who surprisingly looks to have been a Jedi from the looks of the trailer. Where do you boys think it's going? Obviously, we know what Maul's fate is, so it's not necessarily going to seal his fate. But in terms of character development and what you think the main plot is going to be, what are we thinking?
It's kind of hard to gauge. I'm not sure. You go, Mark, because I'm
sorry. I was just going to say, like, can I just say, like, I've wanted a Star Wars racing game for so long, and we're getting Galactic Racer in probably a few months. Darth Maul is like my second favorite character in Star Wars behind Plo Koon. No one beats him, but like. One of my favorite characters of all time, and he's getting his own TV show that just looks badass. Like little like 4-year-old Mark, when he first started getting into Star Wars right now, is just like, you know, like 25-year-old Mark's like, it's just, like, it's insane. Like, I'm actually like, I'm genuinely like so buzzed. It's mental. As for like, where it's going, I mean, even since seeing it in Japan, like we saw the Twi'lek apprentice, and like she looked sort of ready. So it seemed a bit more red, but then obviously like we've now seen it's more actually like pink. But like even since then, like the alarm bells in my mind was like, oh, could this be like Darth Talon, like when she was younger? And then is this then setting up for something later on? Like that theory for me has always been going around. I still think that's the case. Obviously, like we can see that she had a master as well, like the lizard guy. Incredible name, by the way, Master Eco Diodaki or something. Like what a name. So yeah, I'm really excited to see if we get a bit of their backstory from the Clone Wars. Obviously they're clearly on the run from the Empire still. And then I don't know, could it be a Darth Talon origin story, which means that we see her later on in TV or film? Who knows?
That was the immediate vibe I got when, like in Japan, when the first time I saw her, because as soon as we knew it was Maul, then we see a Twi'lek, and I'm like, And you're right, she looked a bit more red in that trailer. I don't know if it was just because it was like dark.
It's probably just the red lights on her, in all fairness. But
like I saw that and I'm like, hang on, is that surely not going to be Darth Talon? And I'm apprehensive I don't want to get too excited and like latch onto that idea, because part of me thinks it probably won't be, because that's I don't know. I just feel that's a character that they could obviously change the way that she looks, because she's very raunchy in other movies. So like for me, I'm like, Disney ain't bringing back Darth Talon, but they could obviously just cover her up and like make her more of a normal character, because she was very much like for the nerd boys,
the dark side, Aayla Secura.
So part of me thinks like, I don't know. Part of me thinks it probably won't be her, but I really hope it is, and I think it would be weird to give him potentially some sort of an apprentice. Although the thing for me is that like you said, we know his fate. So like, is there timeline wise enough time for him to have had an apprentice in this period? Like it's kind of hard to tell. But
I mean, depending on how long the show goes, depending on how long the show goes on for, though, it's like she could have Maul for like in her life for like a couple of years, and then he then sort of gets like ripped away from her, and then she like, because of that connection that she like builds with him, she's like a bit like Kylo Ren with Darth Vader, like I will finish what you started, sort of thing. That's where she gives, like I think in Legends, like it's Darth Krayt that sort of like gives her these like Sith tattoos, but she finds a way and like sort of does them herself, or like, I don't really know. Like there's something they can do there, but we'll see.
So for me, when I watched it, it kind of gave me like, and actually, let me just preface this with, for them to be doing a Maul TV show, making it seem that he's got an apprentice type figure that seems to be a young pink/red Twi'lek, is not a coincidence. Somebody has made the conscious choice to say that's got like,
you can choose any species. Like, why would you
precisely, that's got some Darth Talon energy to it. Let's go with that. So whether it ends up being that or not, or it's just simply inspired by that, there's certainly the DNA of it behind it. And my initial thoughts when watching it was that this is purely just my own opinion, I don't get the view that she's going to become his apprentice. In my reaction, I said that it feels to me that she seems like quite a naive, young Ahsoka type character at first, but very much like season 1 Clone Wars Ahsoka was. And that, in fact, they'll just work together towards a common goal, and that she will be tested by the dark side, and she maybe embrace it to a degree. But I feel like come the end of that journey, she will essentially move beyond Maul. And not that I think they'll make him more like a token good guy for this show, but that I think he might have like an element of allowing her to be what he himself cannot be, as in an element of the light side, whether that be intentional or just by circumstance. But that's what I got from it. And either way, I think it sets her up perfectly to be in future Star Wars media, given the age of her in the trailer.
Yeah,
it does feel that way to introduce a character like that young, and in a show where if it was just Maul, that would make sense. So why is there this secondary character? I guess it could just serve the plot line, but like it feels like it does feel like she's being introduced into canon as a character that we're going to see more of. That's just the vibe that I got from it. She could also just die in it, and it could twist him back to being like they might have a really good connection. And obviously, because like the thing with Maul is that he like you said, he does have a side of him. He's not like pure evil after he's come back from, once he's been cut in half. We see a lot in the clone, even that final arc of the Clone Wars where he's talking to Ahsoka. He's not like just evil that's trying to kill everyone. He has an actual conversation with Ahsoka that's like, I know the whole plot line of what's going on here.
He's honest with her.
And I feel like there is a part of Maul that is not so driven by like anger, but then that could be the thing that gets him. Maybe she gets killed and they've got a good connection and he just goes back, because obviously we see by the end of his story he kind of is back to that. He's still just can't get over the Kenobi stuff, and so maybe that's the thing that gets him back on that path, and he just goes, he almost has a moment where he becomes not good, but he becomes like less of like a former Sith, but then she dies or something and he goes crazy again. So it could go anywhere really.
All I'm hearing from you, Sammy, there is maybe Maul's not such a bad guy.
There's Maul sympathizer.
To be fair, I think in the Phantom Menace when we first like see him, he is just like evil incarnate. That is literally he's just a demon. Like that's all he's introduced as. But then when you actually look into a lot of the other stuff around him, like his other appearances in different media and stuff. Even in like the Darth Plagueis novel, like him being recruited by Palpatine, he was like just taken from Dathomir and just like trained as almost like a Spartan, where he's just a kid being trained up. And like, I do think there is a side of Maul that is not. It's like he's just a product of what has happened to him by Palpatine corrupting him and stuff like that. And then that's just how he's obviously a bad dude, but it's because of the situations that he's found himself in, more than he's just like an actual. He's not Palpatine where he's just like wants power. Like I don't really see him like that as much, but
I think
he has moments also where he is very. He's not good at all.
I think Maul is ultimately the product of the environment that he was brought into. Like he's essentially forced into this Sithhood, and had Palpatine, who's obviously like the worst guy in the entire universe that there has ever been, and like probably will ever be. Pretty bad guy. So he's just, bless him.
Well, I mean, Sammy, you said in his like final moments, to go straight back to can't getting over the whole Kenobi thing, but in his very, very last moments, he's actually looking for hope, isn't he? In trying to get some, solace from Obi-Wan Kenobi about, is Luke the chosen one, and will he avenge us? So he when he said avenge us, he clearly wants to see the downfall of the Sith himself in his. So I think Maul has become a very complex character, very deep character, and the show.
It's crazy when you just watch the Phantom Menace, and he was just a bad guy. Like he was just cool looking ninja dude. Now he's like probably arguably one of the deepest characters in the whole franchise at this point.
He says about 12 words in Phantom Menace, does he not?
Yeah.
Not a lot of this. But I mean, I think what I really want, and I think we all want, is we know he's scrapping with some of the Inquisitors, and I'm just gonna throw up the trailer a second.
I'm
in the background just to run through it. But can you imagine in canon? It would be incredible.
You sort of like cut out a bit there.
Yeah, I couldn't hear that.
Like the trailer's like jittering a lot as well.
Yeah, apologies. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
So what I was saying is, I don't think it will happen. But can you imagine if we got a Vader fight in canon between Maul and Vader?
Oh,
I'm thinking it could. I'm trying really hard to not get my hopes up, but like the Inquisitors, it feels as though they're hunting him down. He's obviously going to beat them, and then
of course,
does Vader come in? And like,
who else do you send?
Which man, absolutely. that would be. I didn't even really deep that we haven't had those two like on screen fighting. That would be the most gangster fight in Star Wars.
Oh, for sure, dude. And I think the reason that they would pay off some dividends there as well, because of course Ahsoka says you're lucky Anakin didn't turn up. You wouldn't have lasted long, and that would be like a nice homage to that. To see what actually happens. Oh, that shot there where he puts the saber through that droid's throat is so sick.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
It's a good trailer. I like it.
It's a great trailer.
I like that Marek shows up too. So my theory there is he kills him and then he gets resurrected. That's why he's like.
I said the same thing. I said the same thing. Yeah,
because it's weird that his death in that. I was like, what the hell was that? And it definitely seemed like some sort of Night Sister magic or something.
Yeah, 100%.
But there was never an explanation. So now that he's in this, I'm like, Maul would obviously flog him in a fight. So he's going to kill him, I think, and then he's going to they'll show him getting resurrected or something, because it just feels weird that he, for no reason in Ahsoka, just like turned into mist. It was like, what the hell?
That trailer is cut and shot to make it look like he strikes Marek down. Whether or not that's just a bit of clever, at the end when he does the final saber swing, it looks like he just put Marek on his ass. So, and then obviously the 11th brother is named as the Crow.
Yeah, I saw that. Interesting.
I mean, again, given that he got literally one shot by Ahsoka.
Is he the worst character in Star Wars in terms of like putting up a fight?
As well. Did he fall into a mist? So given that we've got both of those characters in this show, potentially there is something there with that.
Yeah, interesting.
Because he certainly dies and his mask just falls to the floor, right?
Yeah, robes, I can't really remember. Like, it's been a while since I watched that. I remember watching it and being like confused a little bit, because was that before we got the Ahsoka show? I think it might have been.
Yes.
Yeah, it was Tales
of the Jedi.
Tales of the Jedi. So it would have been 22.
But I think we didn't think much of it then because it's animation. And it was like, he just died weird. But then when it happened to Marek, it was a big thing. Like, everyone was like, what the hell was that? Why did he just like turn into a fart on the screen?
Well, maybe we figured it out. Maybe there is something to that, and we'll see in the show. In terms of villains, right now, the only villains we really know is some Inquisitors, and then it looked like I assume the trailer is all on Coruscant, right?
It looked in the like underworld
the gen with the facial hair and the cool hair is looked like what, Coruscant Security Force, maybe looking like investigators or something.
Yeah. The thing is, like, it looks like it absolutely could be Coruscant, but then it looks so different to Coruscant as well. It just looks like some other place. But then, it's like the police force probably will be, in all fairness.
Some of the scenes reminded me a lot of like Jedi Survivor in that opening sequence, where it's like similar vibes. So I definitely got
which, of course,
Coruscant vibes to it.
The guy that dressed up in the Coruscant Security Force armor, aren't they? So, I mean, Maul Shadow Lord looks good, but we've also had a new trailer. During the Super Bowl last weekend on Sunday, we got a very short-lived and unfortunately quite ridiculed trailer for the Mandalorian and Grogu. I think we're going to throw this one up top because it literally lasts like 30 seconds. So let me just quickly bring that up. What did you guys think of it off the rip? What was your initial thoughts when you watched it?
I mean, so I saw it live when it went up on the Super Bowl, and I was like, Mandy Grogu. And I was like, and then it sort of ended. I was like, oh, well, this is obviously not like part of the film. This is just like, I don't know, maybe it's like leading into something that we'll get later on in the evening. But then I was like, well, Super Bowl ads are like really fucking expensive, so probably not. Like, will we get something later on? Who knows? And then obviously, it just turns out that it was just a bit of a piss take of like old Super Bowl ads, which I think, I mean, fair enough. But here's what I find really interesting. Of obviously, like, everyone's like, Mandy Grogu, like, Super Bowl ad was so bad, like, and everyone's talking about it in that sense. But like, everyone's talking about it, you know, like it's
they are absolutely,
you know. So
my problem with it, I call that a problem, is this film's had, I think it's fair to say, a rocky promotion so far. It's certainly, you know, there was quite a cool initial trailer at Celebration that was quite well received, but since then, the stuff that's been shown to the public has been a little bit less well received, and people got concerns with the quality of it, what the film's even about. in its own bubble, this is hilarious.
Yeah,
this is funny as hell. Do you know what I mean? It's I actually didn't mind it, but in the environment that we have, which is a little bit starved for information, when the film's only out like 2-3 months out at this point, it just felt like it didn't land very well, and I think that's the reason it's got such a negative reaction.
Yeah, you stole the words right out of my mouth. That it's like, if we'd been getting really good trailers and the hype was crazy and this was going to be $1 billion movie, and then they dropped this, I'd be like, oh, that was so cool. Funny. But because this is like one of the few bits of information we have about this movie, and to be honest, what we saw in that last trailer didn't do anything for me, which is kind of crazy. Every time a Star Wars trailer drops, I'm like, oh my god, got to watch this immediately, and it just didn't really. I don't know. I just watched it and felt nothing about it, which is crazy because I love, like, season 1 and 2 is genuinely up there with some of my favorite Star Wars. Season 3 was kind of mid, but I liked a bit of the lore, and it was like, it had cool moments and stuff, but it wasn't quite on the level. But the thought of like, this movie is coming out in like 3 months, and I will be seeing it midnight launch, but that's because I'm a Star Wars fan. It's not because I'm like, holy shit, I've got to go see this. I'll be honest, I'm not that interested in it. So that's where this trailer was so weird to me, which I think was just that they haven't like read the room. Because again, I think the trailer itself in its own bubble is fine. I think it's a cool little, it's like a classic Super Bowl ad for anything, but it's just a movie. So it's fine in that sense. But it's just that we haven't got what we want from all the other, marketing, that I think it just landed so bad. And now people are like now actual concerned about the movie, which,
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of an interesting one. I mean, I think you're right. If we had a trailer like a week or two before, and then we got this, it's like, oh yeah, that's great. Like, that's a great part of the marketing material. But because we haven't had that, it's like, oh, that's all we're getting right now. Like, yeah. Oh, it's 3 months out. Oh, I'm a little bit concerned about this now. I would say, and parallels is rather timely of you. The toy, I mean, as you can probably tell, I mean, you can't really see too much on this screen, but as you can tell, I'm a bit of a toy fanatic when it comes to Star Wars.
Brother's got a couple of toys back there for sure, yeah.
Just a few. And like these like official reveals and like even the Lego leaks over the last week has done way more for me in terms of the excitement for this film than anything else I've seen, apart from the trailer at Japan last year. But yeah. The toys.
So yeah, I mean, some of these are pretty cool, man. And as you say, I think we've got more out of these than anything. For example, mercenary guard droid, helping to satisfy all the prequel era fans that will love our B1 battle droids. So it was like, my only assumption is this has been created by the Anzellans as their own guard droid, clearly by the title of it.
A guard droid for Grogu, maybe.
Yeah, that's from that leaked. Remember I mentioned the B1 in that leaked.
Oh, you did,
Lego?
Sammy. Yeah.
I think that's like them assembling it from it. It's like an old actual B1, and then they like pull it apart.
And because it's definitely armored.
Its body, its body like looks humanoid. Really, it doesn't look at all like a droid. So they must take it from some other, just like a combination of different droid parts and stuff.
Yeah. No, it does.
I saw, wait, there you
the Walker is so sick too. I didn't even notice that.
This is so my brother sent me this earlier as well, actually. Where is it? This is like a sort of an action figure for. So you can see it on the stat.
I've got it here as well. I did see a really funny tweet about the droid earlier, about the paradox of the ship of Theseus, which is essentially where you take a ship and you keep replacing panels on that ship until you've fully replaced every panel on the ship. Is it still the same ship? And it basically said, is this still a battle droid at this point or not?
Yeah.
Well,
even its head looks like it's got those sort of like antenna things that look different to a normal one.
Based on that toy that I just like flashed up on my phone quickly, it's so none of the body is B1 at all.
None of it. It's in here somewhere.
Yeah, it's clearly a B1 head, but they've like attached like armor plating onto the head and just like, yeah.
So he's even cloaked, man. Like
it's almost like
its body looks like an
NB5
actual.
has got.
Yeah. I recognise the legs. Are they stormtrooper legs? The thighs.
It looks like kind of. Yeah, I don't know what. Part of it looks a bit. The top of it looks like a Magna droid, like.
Yeah, I can see that
body, like not the whole torso, but I don't know. It looks like it genuinely just looks like a bunch of different cool shit combined into one.
It goes hard, is what it does.
I can't wait to hear its voice.
I feel like it's gonna have like a deep, like a sick voice.
Yeah,
not like
this is the thing. It could be. It's either gonna be like deep as fuck, really cool, or it's gonna be derpy as shit. Like you're really high pitched, like like it looks badass, but it sounds like a child. You know, it's kind of one of those things.
Can you imagine some scene where it like pulls up, does some crazy badass shit, puts Mando on his ass, and then,
and then it just speaks like a B1.
It's like IG-11. Taika Waititi's come back into the frame, and it's like, look at me.
But this piece of art here looks great, and I think. I mean, even its head, look, it's the front part is B1, but then there's a significant amount behind it.
It's like it's a B1 mask on a different
almost
head.
That's actually a great show.
Because it's like obviously B1s have like a real skinny neck. It's got like a thick neck there, so it's definitely some kind of just crazy droid with a freaking B1 head on it.
So let's just quickly flick through some of the other toys then. We've got a bunch of figures of like Grogu here. These are all from Actionverse. Got Mando, Zeb, of course.
Yes.
And then we've got a few more down here. I mean, there's loads that's come out in the last few days.
Well, I think that was like a big toy reveal last night overnight with Jon Favreau. So
yeah, it was some toy fair, I believe, somewhere. I'm still not sure what the true purpose of this little best guy disc for Grogu. Like, I'm not sure.
Like, is that meant to be armor or like?
I mean, I guess.
I think in theory, yes. I think so.
Was that what he made in?
That's the end of season 3.
Yeah. And as you pointed out on his Lego model Split, he has a wrist blaster.
Yeah, he does. Grogu's gonna shit and
notice that.
He had the little wrist blaster in season 3, right? For a sec.
Did he not?
No,
did he? I don't think so.
I can't really remember season 3 that much.
I'm gonna Google it real quick. Grogu wrist. I felt like I feel like he did.
What?
Oh, hang on. He tags that little Mandalorian kid with a paintball.
Oh, yeah.
And that's on his wrist. So maybe not quite the same thing, but he does shoot the little man. He like force jumps over him and then shoots him with it to win the little trial.
Yes, of course he does.
But I don't think that is it. I think this is going to be a proper weapon.
Oh, nah. It does look quite similar, to be fair, but I think this will be like proper weaponized. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I don't see him tagging stormtroopers with like paintball darts.
Nah, it was probably like a prototype to let him learn it, and then like they'll get obviously it's like a training one, like the training one first or something.
For sure.
And then we've got the AT-RT and the driver looking pretty dope as well. Obviously, we see Mando in this.
That driver looks so sick.
It's
like a mix. It's like a mix of Shore Trooper, Tank Trooper, and Range Trooper.
Yeah, it actually is. There's like bits from each of them.
That's good shout.
Those three troopers, in their own right, are mighty fine.
Yeah, they might be my 3 favorite types of troopers, to be honest. And it's like
the Shore Trooper helmet goes hard.
So Sammy, this is your wet dream. Then, like, come to life.
Yeah, legit. Like the Range Trooper, like the stockiness of them with all the fur on them looks so sick. I reckon
that's the ones with the magnetic boots in Solo, right?
Yeah,
that's Range Trooper.
The Shore Trooper helmet is probably my favorite.
It's lit, mate. Yeah, it's so good.
I'll never get over the Patrol Trooper personally, but
Patrol.
Do you know what upsets me is that there's a world where this is a skin for Sentinel in Hunters.
Stop it! No, I can't believe you did that, man.
I think this is quite interesting. This one's interesting. This little Anzellan ship. What makes me laugh is for the Enzelans, it's probably like some like massive sick ship, and it's probably like the size of like a Nissan Micra.
yeah. That's so funny. That's incredible.
And it's definitely given me that Grogu's gonna separate from the Mando at some point and just be with these, because it's also
and maybe that's
the
why
Lego
the
version of
mercenary
this.
guard droid is around.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, this looks fun. And then there's a step Monopoly. If you guys want to play some Mandalorian Monopoly, that's there for you. And then there we go. Yeah, there was a toy fair in New York. And then again, we got some more pops. The Mattel Grogu figure. Oh, sorry, Hasbro, not Mattel. And then these are pretty cool.
Rebels 8080s, by the way. Can we just like in live action?
That's
looks dope, dude.
Well in.
Man.
But actually, the idea of having a remote control 8080 actually really excites the like 7-year-old in me. Like,
that
I can see myself just putting this in my living room and like chase my kids down with it.
If you don't eat your dinner,
the 80's coming out. Some cool little plushies here, and then this Lego Razor Crest looks freaking sick.
So cool, man.
We also get Zeb featured so heavily with the Razor Crest in all of these toys that he is obviously going in it. And to be honest with you,
I think he'll be like the co-pilot. To be honest,
well,
it looks like he's going to pilot it.
Yeah, well, there's a still of Zeb in the cockpit of the Razor Crest. So
I wonder if Mando will still have the N1 and they'll both fly like separately.
That'd be sick.
Oh, that would be sick. Can you go scroll down, to the things next after that?
Yes, these look awesome, dude.
It's not.
Something I want to do for my own channel is I want to buy a bunch of like Star Wars blind boxes and just like crack them open.
Because I've got oh no, we had to move them off of here, but we've moved them around the place. But I've got like the Grogu like bounty collections. I've got so many of them in various places around my apartment, but I love them.
So this is clearly right up your street, and is what you're telling me. Is you're all over this?
Yeah, I would never say no to things like that.
And then a cookbook, if you're feeling so inclined to get your Mandalorian spices on the go and fire out some stuff. And then, did we have anything else? The Black Series is what I wanted to give you as the last one. I know that you've got a few of those behind you right now.
I go back to here. Over 100, might I just say.
Man,
it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm sorry. The special edition boxes, though, for these white ones.
I'll admit, I don't collect Black Series figures. Is that what these are? Is it? This is
So these white ones,
first edition.
They're saying first edition. So that's never been done before, though, as far as I'm aware. So you've got like the normal one, which is like the black boxes, and then you've got these white ones. To be honest, though, just like purely like just being a bit like OCD about it, I'd probably just rather get the black.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like it's kind of
waxed out of color.
Yeah,
but like even
do you collect Black Series, Sammy?
I got a couple in Japan. That were the first ones I got because I like have made a rule to myself. I can't because I've got like over 100 pops. So I'm like, if I start collecting Black Series, I'm done. Like I'll be home.
Mate, I've got over 100 Funkos, over 100 Black Series.
Yeah,
it's a problem, but like I love it so much. It makes me
one day I will. Like me and the missus have sort of planned that when we build a new place one day, we're gonna have like a joint pop collection with because I have adamantly not allowed myself to get other franchises. I've only got Star Wars because I was like, if I start getting like Lord of the Rings and shit, I'll be homeless. So one day, I'm no doubt when we start doing that, I'll probably be like, all right, fuck it, it's time to let loose.
It's time to do it.
Get every single.
I'll admit, before this toy, I didn't know Sigourney Weaver's character's name was Colonel Ward. I didn't know.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't think I did either.
Oh no, maybe not.
No, I don't think so.
And to be honest with you, I didn't even know she was a colonel.
Yeah, me either. I thought she was like some sort of pilot or something.
I knew she was like high-ranking officer to a degree. I just didn't know like what rank exactly. But yeah, that's.
But what this makes me think is that we're probably going to get a badass X-wing scene with her, where she's going to be like an absolute don in an X-wing.
Well, I feel like she's such a sick character or a sick actor to have as like just a sick pilot. She just feels perfectly
the queen of space franchises.
Yeah,
yeah. I don't have it here, but there's also a a Lego X-wing, and it's Carson Taver, so he's going to be coming back for the film as well.
It's Carson Taver and then Colonel Ward in her like X-wing outfit as well.
Do you reckon we'll see like Filoni in that again? Or not?
Yes,
surely.
Yeah. Almost certainly.
Yeah,
just like a little cameo, just pop up, just like drinking a beer or something at that bar that Seth was out with.
Actually, 100% they'll be like at that bar or something for sure.
Yeah.
Did we ever get confirmation of what that planet was? Is that just a throwaway planet? Do we think? It's quite like tropical, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure we got something. Hang on, let me just try and find it.
To be fair, they don't do much in the Star Wars franchise with giving you a location, a name, and a little bit of tidbit behind it, do they? So it's
usually
I actually bought my
sort of shit down yourself.
Yeah, I actually bought my first ever Funkos the other day. My first Star Wars Funkos. Yeah.
Oh,
I got to say too, I like the red lighting in the background. It looks clean as hell.
Yeah, I added that a couple of weeks back just because I thought for stream the videos it would give me a little bit of separation. I thought that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks good.
What I picked up was this Ahsoka.
I've got that somewhere in the back there. Nice. I think right there.
Somewhere.
Very
you can. That's hilarious that you can point that out.
Yeah,
looking at your webcam.
I got it in its own little.
Yes, it's right there.
And then to go with it, I got Bo-Katan with the Darksaber.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like this is going to
be. See, I tried to buy that, and I got the chase version without the helmet, which is sick because it's very rare. But I wanted the helmet, so now I'm gonna.
So how does that work?
You can see it. That's actually right there. That's Bo-Katan without. It's just like her face, and it's exactly.
So how does that work? Did you order?
So the chase ones are just the chase are just randomized, and they just have each like store or whatever will get. If they ordered 1,000 of that pop, they'll probably get 1, 2, maybe 3 chase pops, and then it's just random. So you just go order it, and then it showed up, and I'm like, what the fuck? It's not the one I ordered, but it has the chase sticker on it, and I was like, okay, well, I wanted the helmet because I wanted to put it next to that helmet there. And then I was like, well, I'm kind of mad, but also it's like very rare. Like
that's pretty cool.
I've never got any other chases before. So
see, I didn't even know that was a thing with Funko Pops. So do you think we could potentially get some chase figures with the upcoming Mandalorian movie ones?
Potentially, yeah. I think they.
Yeah, it depends on.
I don't know what like ratio of releases they do chase ones for, but it feels like every couple of sort of when they release like 10 at once. Feels like every couple of times they do that, there'll be one chase in there. So
yeah, I think I've got a couple somewhere. Going back to the planet though, it's called Adelphi. It's the Adelphi base.
Gotcha. Oh, of course it is. And there's do you know what? I hate to go on about it again. I know that because of Star Wars Unlimited. There's a card called Adelphi Squadron X-Wing.
Okay. That's cool.
Nice.
Squadron X-Wing. Just making sure I'm not talking absolute crap. A Delphi Patrol Wing is what it's called. And I played it for a little bit. That's why I know what it is.
Nice. Delphi Patrol. I just want to see the art for it. Like, I love the art for Star Wars Unlimited.
There you go.
It's just like...
there you go. A Delphi Patrol Wing.
Lovely. It's got like this sort of... It's a long boy.
It's a long boy. Yeah. The art in this game is crazy, by the way. If you ever want to like get yourself some cool new wallpapers, what they often do is release obviously this is a square of that art, but then there'll be a full artwork in like a widescreen, which is much like the Sabine one I've got as my wallpaper. I've got some really great wallpapers on my PC purely for
the artwork of that game looks absolutely unreal.
Can you send me some links to that, Parallel? Because I need like my desktop is literally just like the default Windows 11 right now, and I just changed it.
Yeah, definitely. I'll get you some stuff sorted out.
Thank you.
My favorite artist from because there's a ton. There's a guy called Kyle Petchock, and he, oh my god, dude, the Sabine is his artwork. He kills it, dude. Let me just while we're here, just for a second, indulge me, all right? So he did this piece of artwork for Jango Fett, which is just. Feast your eyes on that.
That's nice.
Yeah, he honestly does absolutely great stuff. So There's that Jango Fett.
I see. I feel like that Sabine one captures the vibe of the show so well.
Yeah, this is
even that actually, because that's Rebels. That's nice, man.
And then obviously the Sabine I showed you is him, and then this is not a piece of swoot artwork, but it's him. Is this, which I think is absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, shout out to
like the art style of like the characters and stuff.
I tell you what, this would be like
amazing.
I'd love to like read a comic in this like sort of style.
Yeah,
that'd be sick.
So I'm really hoping that the next couple of Stars Unlimited sets feed into Mandalorian and Grogu. It's the biggest thing that's going to drop since that game's existed. So I feel like it will have to have an influence to a degree. But a bunch of Mandalorian cards, a bunch of cards are great. Like, they're both quite heavily featured characters in the game, actually. But yeah, I'm really hoping we get like a new leader cards, especially the most pivotal to the game. So a new Mandalorian leader would be really, really cool. And then building a deck around that with potentially like Zeb in your deck, Grogu in your deck, this new Colonel. What do you mean? A thematic deck would be really, really fun.
Yeah, that would be fun.
So, I mean, we haven't had much on it, but villains for this film, other than just the Imperial Remnant, is pretty unknown right now, as far as I'm aware. Has there been any?
I think from memory, I think the sort of the premise is that like we saw the Imperial like Shadow Council in season 3, and I think the premise of the film is that like obviously Moff Gideon's gone, and like so they're sort of hunting down the rest of the Shadow Council now. So I think one of the main guys that spoke in that Shadow Council, like Mando, is essentially tasked with going after him, and yeah, I think that's the premise, but I'm not sure.
Off the back of the Adelphi squad, essentially giving him because that's kind of his link to the Republic, isn't it? Is Carson Taylor and those guys, and Zeb obviously is part of that too.
Yep.
But that is sick, man. I'm so up for that. Cool. And then obviously Zeb appearing in this sort of tops off the live action Rebels cast, other than Kanan so far, because he's.
We did see the photo.
Yes. Be hard to have him in live action unless they do some sort of flashback or something.
Yeah.
But I think that obviously just tease up that they're going to just essentially eventually all of these live action projects are going to give us our Avengers movie at some point.
I think Jon Favreau literally said in an interview like yesterday or today that the Mandalorian, because the Mandalorian Grogu is his film, he said that this is the culmination of like all of the work he's done in Star Wars so far, which I think some people are taking this as like, so I think a lot of people are taking this as, Jon Favreau's like stepping away from Star Wars after this ? But I don't know, but this is sort of Jon Favreau's culmination of Star Wars, and then like there's going to be obviously the Dave Filoni film, which like obviously follows on from Ahsoka, but then will like culminate everything together.
It will all come together. Yeah.
It'd
be really cool if at the end of this film, like Hera and Ezra are just like, hello, you want to come and help us fix a few problems? Like,
that would be really interesting.
I'm curious to see like if there is any link. This movie feels very like just on its own right now. I wonder if they will really try to link, if there's a big, like, I don't know, could like Thrawn show up at the end and set up the next part of this, the MCU-ified Star Wars. Like, that would be cool, but I don't know if it doesn't feel like that. It feels like it's just going to be its own movie at this point.
I'm completely forgetting that Thrawn come back to the galaxy as well as Ezra did. I always forget that. But as you just said, Split, this is potentially talking about the Shadow Council. The last time we saw a Shadow Council, they were saying, weren't they? You keep promising us Thrawn. Where is he? When's he coming back? You might actually, that might be it. Thrawn comes back, gets back to the Shadow Council, and before you know it, we come to a point.
Yeah. I feel like Star Wars needs a big villain right now. That's what's been lacking to me. All the shows, like The Stranger was cool, but it wasn't, he didn't feel like the big bad. He was just a cool, like,
I mean, it was clearly saying that for Vegas in like
which is like, annoying because that's if I can't believe they've showed him and then just be like, oh, we're going to cancel that now.
Yeah.
But that's what it feels like. Star Wars is lacking like a threat. There's no big, which to me, Thrawn is he's one of the best villains in
he's amazing
Star Wars. Yeah. Like if they bring him into he's obviously in live action now, but if they bring him in and make him the new like Palpatine of the whole trilogy, and then like you could have him in the Rey movies, like being the big bad, and she's trying to that he's somehow brought like the Empire back, which they can't keep bringing the Empire back. they need to do something else. But like, I just think they need a big ominous bad guy, and to me, he's the clear number one for that. I just think you can have some cool like, because he's not really like he's not so much of a physical threat. He's a very good fighter, but he's the tactical strategist really. But like you could have him then in charge of a bunch of cool people that are still the more typical like brute force type of people that are the cool, because Star Wars always is going to have those like characters that just look cool, like the Inquisitors and all those sorts. So yeah, I just think that's what they need to do in this movie, is they need to link it. They need to have some moment in the movie where I'm like, oh, this is all leading to something, because it just feels right now like it's just like a little adventure movie.
Yeah.
Of like, here's Mando and Grogu, and they do something fun. Yeah, and then they beat the bad guys and it ends happy. That to me won't be like, I'll feel a bit like I won't feel satisfied if that happens. I think I need something where I'm like, oh damn, this is the future of Star Wars is looking good now, because I'm not really getting that from the trailers and stuff so far.
I think I personally think Ahsoka, the show, I think a lot rides on that right now, because obviously that introduced, as you've reminded me, that Thrawn's back in the galaxy. So that's I personally think that is a separate plot point to what she's now doing in Peridia. I think the events of Peridia will be contained to that show and those characters. Ahsoka, Anakin's Force Ghost, Sabine will handle that. That'll be what it is. They'll deal with Balin and potentially Abeloth if that's the route they're really going. It'll be freaking amazing. We'll probably get some like Anakin bits and bobs, and they'll probably give us closure on what Anakin's fate as a Force Ghost and what he means to the Force is. That will close, and I think when she comes back to the galaxy, she will team up with the likes of Hera, Ezra, Mando, and then that will be wherever, as you've just said, that will be the point, and I think that's going to be it.
Yeah, and like maybe she learned something there from, if it is Abeloth or whatever, from like that situation they find themselves in, and she learned something really crucial that can help them bring down Thrawn or something. Because like, to be honest, there's not one chance any of them doing anything against him if he's got the resources, which maybe he doesn't because he's not in the
but has he gone
peak
to
of the Empire.
Did he go to Korriban, or did he go to? No, it wasn't Korriban. It was Dathomir. He went to. Sorry, not Korriban.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
Yeah.
He pulled out.
That, so like, maybe they can bring him down because he's not fully equipped, but like they need to set it up in a way that if they're going to have the good guys win, there needs to be a legitimate reason, because I've read all of all 9 of the Thrawn novels and everything. He is literally just on a next level to like even over Palpatine and stuff. Like he pretty much plays Palpatine like a fiddle throughout the whole book. So
what about Jedi Master Luke Skywalker? Is that big enough of a threat to handle him or not? What saying?
It depends how they would go about. Like if they do end up with this like Heir to the Empire trilogy, if that's the sort of, it seems like they're doing that sort of thing, then in that trilogy, it's definitely a little bit different though, because like Legends, they're a bit more powerful and stuff. It's obviously like one-on-one Luke deletes him on the spot. Any Jedi does, but it's more about like, can you even get to Thrawn? Because he's going to set him. He's so like, he's like 10 steps ahead of everyone at every time. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do that. My hope for the whole Thrawn thing is that they bring in, which is what it originally was in like Legends, is the whole Yuzon Vong stuff, which they've now in like the canon ones, they've made it the Grisk, which is essentially the same thing. It's like a threat that we don't know about yet, and they've been teasing that. Like I'm actually just rereading the first Thrawn book, like the canon one. They've been teasing that. That was like 10 years old or something. and we still don't know about that. To me, that's the next thing they need to do in Star Wars is like they brought Thrawn back. Now bring this threat from a different galaxy there's like some crazy threat, and even Thrawn, because Thrawn's not really a bad dude. He's actually doing all of this to like help his own people. He's come to this galaxy to like essentially recruit the Empire, and obviously it went to shit. He was trying to recruit them back to help defend the Chiss.
Were the Chiss being like chased out of their outer rim territories, wasn't there?
Yeah, they
by the Grist. That's
in the unknown regions. They were like a big threat to them was the Grisk, or it used to be the Yuuzhan Vong, and like he pretty much plants himself within the Empire without them knowing that he's there on purpose. He says that he got exiled and he's been sent and they had to just help him. He's done it all by a choice. And he's essentially recruiting Palpatine to his team without Palpatine. He's like that much smarter than everyone that Palpatine doesn't even fully know. Yeah. Like, he sort of does. Like, Palpatine's obviously very switched on, and throughout the books you see them like sort of weighing each other up. And Palpatine definitely knows he's kind of being used himself, but it's also very much benefiting because like Thrawn's just demolishing everyone through his tactics. And stuff.
Winning war left, right, and center.
So Palpatine's kind of like, this is actually worth it for me to get this guy and just delete everyone pretty much.
Delete.
But the whole point of it, of Thrawn's entire introduction into the Empire, is that he pretty much meets Palpatine and says like, I will become your like strategist for as long as you need me to, if you promise that when this threat comes you'll come to my aid. And that, to me, obviously it doesn't go that way because Palpatine, he dies and all that stuff happens, so Thrawn doesn't really get what he wants. But they need to bring that story into it because it's such an ominous threat, and they can't just set that up and then it never goes anywhere. So to me, it's like, bring Thrawn in. He could end up literally teaming up with Ahsoka in that because, like I said, he's not evil. He's just there to try and defend his own people.
He's just a genius. Yeah.
So he could just recruit them and then they all try and fight that threat together or something.
And I actually think that's really interesting because like between Mando and Grogu and the sequels, there's still like 24 years of empty Star Wars stories currently. It's like you could easily see so much more. I mean, obviously before Mando came out, it was just 30 years of nothingness. So they've introduced the whole Mandalorian story. It's like, well, yeah, this could actually quite easily be the next step into that. So, it'd be interesting.
Yeah.
But what it should have been is 30 years of Grand Arena events, but it was cut short. Anyway.
Pain.
So, pain, suffering. Anyway, boys, I think that's done it for all talking about today.
I think so.
That was fun. Yeah, that was fun. I love chatting with you boys. It's always good fun.
Yeah, it's always. These are always. I literally like go to bed the night before these. I'm like, I can't wait to wake up and do this. It's so much fun.
Yeah, talking Star Wars is fun, and I mean, hopefully we got some more on the horizon in the next coming months. Obviously, looking to the future, we know Maul Shadow Lord's out very, very soon. Galactic Racer seems to be knocking on the door. Zero Company again, as right now is a 2026 release, and then potentially and hopefully Ahsoka season 2 at the end of the year, and of course, as we've just been speaking about, the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. So I think we're going to have plenty to talk about as the year goes on. But boys,
100%.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming along today. Thank you to everybody who's watched this one. Appreciate you guys for stopping by. I've been Parallel. I've been fortunate enough to be joined by Split Screen and Sammyboiii today. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.